So the next off Amazon traffic source we're going to talk about is YouTube ads. And I'm telling you, if you can actually figure out how to run YouTube ads, you will be an incredibly rare air amongst Amazon marketplace sellers because of the fact that it requires a video. Most just simply don't have the capability or wherewithal to do it. And what's great about YouTube ads is you get a lot of archetypal targeting. You can retarget customers that have visited your site when you've got new launches, and you typically get way more efficient cost spend than you do through other platforms. So YouTube ads, if you can get over that hurdle of creating the actual video ad itself, can be incredibly powerful. So in this video, we're really going to review the strategy of off Amazon YouTube video ads to help drive rank for your Amazon products. In terms of how we use this, launches is a pretty common one, especially for retargeting existing website visitors that have been to our Shopify site. That's kind of a golden gem, and you can really have a warm audience there. You can also upload customer lists and things like that to retarget them with videos. So even if they're not on a related video to your product, you can basically serve up that content to them when you're launching a product. And then re-rank and maintenance is kind of sometimes it's a bit situational. So the $1,000,000 question is, how do you actually get an ad done? Luckily, there's a couple things here, both with Canva and Animoto, which are basically software tools that you can leverage. Even using just images, you can create some pretty cool motion graphic, high moving with audio and music that's already licensed to use. So if you want to just get off the ground quick and easy and don't want to have necessarily the perfect ad, there's a lot of amazing templates within Canva and Animoto. I think in the future we'll probably do some examples of this in future videos, so keep an eye out. If you actually want to find somebody that can actually do a video ad for you, taking your product, working with real lifestyle models to actually develop a cool video for your product that can be used on your listing, that can be used in your Amazon ads, and also kind of spill into YouTube ads. There's a couple that I would recommend. One, because I'm just starting to use them. They've been great to work with. It's MyBrandVids. It's a fairly affordable option. And then there's just a dude that's an absolute killer from butter.la. Have not used him yet, but certainly plan to. It's definitely more of a premium option, but they're based in California. He's an 8-figure Amazon seller himself, and he's just an absolute stud. So we'll include links and resources to each of these if you want to actually hire somebody out to do it. But if you want to just kind of get your foot wet and test some stuff, Canva and Animoto give you some basic kind of high motion templates that may be worthwhile to test on YouTube. So when you're creating a video ad, there's really kind of 5 elements of a winning ad. You could call it an ad anatomy. The first and most important is going to be that hook. And this is whether it's on Amazon, YouTube, Facebook, but the medium of video and the benefit of the medium of video is that you can really catch someone's attention in that first 3 to 5 seconds, which is critical. So the hook's probably the most critical element. The next thing that is really good is to actually identify the biggest pain point you're trying to solve with your particular product and offer and call it out. And the more that this aligns with the pain point of your actual customer archetype, the better. The next is the solution, which is pretty much the most compelling way that your product solves that pain point and problem. The fourth is the objections. So what are the customer's doubts as they're thinking about your product offering, what's going through their head, and kind of addressing those. And then finally, a call to action in terms of what should they do and what's the next action they need to take after watching the ad. So with YouTube and video ads in general, the first 5 seconds or the hook is everything, really. If you don't get that right, it's typically going to be a disastrous campaign and you're not going to get that call to action. Because there's skippable video ads within YouTube, if you don't kind of capture that attention, most people are going to wait and then they're going to skip out and you don't get any of the benefit of that traffic to your Amazon listing. So most of your testing, if you're going to be doing some testing with different creative, should really just be taking different hook slices, different 3 to 5 second sections at the start of a video and just seeing which one gets the best clicks and the most views to your actual Amazon listing. So a couple things here just in terms of video strategy. One, like painful and validating, like validating the pain points that customers have tends to be really good. Value foreshadowing in the hook, pattern interrupt in the hook, and then being controversial. All of those 4 things can be fairly impactful hook strategies. Again, you want to typically create pain. That tends to be the one that works the best for whatever reason, but also be relatable, like understand the archetype, speak their language, and also be intriguing. Have some element of intrigue as you're describing your product throughout your ad. So the first thing you're going to want to do to get this going is actually set up a Google Ads account. The good news is if you've launched Google Ads using the keyword strategies in either the launch or the traffic module here, you've already got an account. It's actually the exact same one that you run Google Ads with, which is a bonus. We're just selecting a different ad type and using a YouTube strategy. So once you come in here, you're going to see the same dashboard that you would within your typical Google Ads account, and it's going to show you all the core stats of all your products, the average cost per click, the average cost per view of your videos, the impressions, total cost you've spent. It'll have all of your campaigns that are active there on the left. So this is kind of your dashboard view. If you're ever running recurring ads a lot, this is kind of what you'll look at. One thing that really is annoying about Google Ads is they try to put you through this staged process when you're first setting up an account in an ad. I always switch to expert mode. For whatever reason, Google forces that initially, and it's horrendous. So you want to switch out to expert mode, and that gives you the flexibility to kind of navigate your account how you want. Once you get in, you can actually click on the campaigns tab there on the left, and that's going to give you access to all of your active and or inactive campaigns. It's going to show your daily budget, the status of where it's at, how much you've actually spent, conversions, cost per conversions, clicks, views, impressions, view rate, and earn subscribers if you're actually trying to run subscribers to your actual videos. So this is just a good dashboard. Again, if you're running a bunch of ads, you can kind of just come in here and see a snapshot of how each are performing. And you can even toggle, pause, and shut off videos from this campaign view. So now the important stuff. Let's go ahead and actually look at creating a new campaign. That's really going to be the bulk of this video. What we're going to want to do is hit that plus button. Again, this is the same steps as setting up a regular Google Ads using keywords. You can select your objective. Again, we typically want to select sales. When you're running YouTube ads, if you select either the first, second, or third kind of option here, you only have one option in terms of what video ad you can show. And that's going to be that skippable video that's really at the front of YouTube videos that you watch. I think we've all seen them. You kind of have to wait, and then 3-5 seconds later, you can skip out. If you select any of these three objectives, that's basically going to be your option. If you check one of these product brand consideration ones, those let you do longer non-skippable ads, but those are more for big brands that are just trying to get kind of impressions for their brand. So here again are the three kind of main ones that you'll see. You can also do some off YouTube stuff that I'm not going to talk a lot about, but suffice it to say that 99.9% of you are going to be running these skippable in-stream ads, which go before the video and give you the option to skip. So then from this, you basically just select video. So this is very similar again in a Google Ads using keywords. We'd be selecting this search one right here. All we're doing here is just selecting the video one on the far right, and that kicks you into YouTube placements. And same kind of thing here. We basically go run top to bottom. We name the account. We go through all of the bidding stuff. We set our budgets. We set the United States or location that we're looking to actually serve the ads up in. All those things are what you set up. I'd say a couple of things here is there's a bunch of different bid types that you can do. For the purposes of Amazon sellers, I would just suggest doing the bid, the cost per view here. There's a bunch of other objectives you can set that I don't think make a lot of sense for how we use them. So you're going to typically set the bid for the CPV, and then you again want to set your daily budget as well. One important thing here is this is basically the pre-selected options. So the one that we really want is going to be this YouTube videos, which is going to be that pre-roll ad. It's also going to pre-select video partners on the display network. We like to deselect that just because we don't want to show up on random websites. And then if you click this top one here in YouTube search results, this is basically an example of what that looks like. So if you're ever to type in a keyword on YouTube, and all of the organic results here are going to be on the right-hand side. Maybe you're watching a video on the mainframe. And you can also see this one. This is basically an ad, right? This is what that toggle is if you select this. For the purposes of what we're looking at doing, we don't need to do this because we're not going to be doing a tutorial video or traditional YouTube video that we want people to see. It's literally an ad, right, that we want to convert people on. So don't select that one, and then I would deselect the video partners. All we really want to do here is that middle toggle, which is actually doing a YouTube video. The next step in campaign creation that I recommend is actually to set some caps for how many times somebody watches your ad. By default, this is left alone when you first set up, but you can basically cap the frequency that people see an ad. So what we don't want to have happen is the same person watching an ad 4 or 5 times. They didn't like it the first 4 times, they're not going to like it again. So you can cap that frequency or impressions however you want. But I'll typically, for an Amazon thing, just once or twice max. Again, we don't have a massive amount of conversions with these ads, but we're just wanting to send that flood of traffic and those signals to the Amazon algorithm. We don't need people to be seeing the ad 5-6 times. It's a waste of money. The other thing that you can do here too is to kind of hone in on your demographics. So in this case, we would be focusing on males. We would be focusing on that kind of 35 maybe to 44 as our core. Maybe we'd expand it a couple toggles. But you're going to want to align this with the demographics of your archetype ideally. And household income can really play into this too, depending on if you've got a premium product. If you're running a higher ticket premium product, obviously you're going to want to put it in the more top ranges. So you've got a lot of options on demographics that you can select as well. Next is to actually set keywords, topics, and placements. So there's a bunch of ways that you can target people with your video ads. You can actually select audiences, which includes things like visitors to your website if you've installed a Google tag to your Shopify page. You can also do things on those Typeform landing pages as well. If you want to upload your own customer list, you can target that way. So audiences is one, and I would again definitely include customers that have actually engaged with your brand before if you've got that data and that information. The other thing that's really good too is you can actually just plug in keywords. So you can do a little bit of research here, maybe find 15 to 30 keywords that you think people are typing in to either seek out your product or seek out your niche category. You can include those here. You can include some broader topics, so we could talk about like golf or sports as a broader topic if we wanted to. And then we can actually find specific YouTube videos and or channels that we want our ads to show up on. So this is what's super cool, right? We could go to influencer channels or folks that we know are well respected in the space, and maybe we can't afford to engage them as part of the influencer campaign because they have 100,000 subscribers and they would want like $1,000 to do a video with us or whatever. But what we can do is inexpensively target pre-roll ads before their actual videos and content. And that, again, if it's archetype specific, can be an amazing way to send really qualified traffic to our Amazon listing. The next thing that you're going to basically do is actually get the video ad going. One thing that's different about video ads via YouTube, unlike Facebook and Amazon, is you don't upload like the actual file. What you need to do is you need to create a YouTube account, ideally probably your brand account, and then you actually need to upload the ad video that you want to show. You can set that to so it's not public so everybody sees it. You can definitely do that. But basically you're going to need to upload that video first, and then you copy that YouTube link from your YouTube account, paste it in here, and then you can basically put your URLs here. So there's a URL that you basically copy that would be maybe your Amazon listing, or if you've used attribution, you could take a Amazon attribution link and plug that in here if you want to track it. And then there's a display URL that's a lot cleaner. Again, similar to Google Ads here, right? We could do some unique stuff in the display URL to make it more enticing to click on. And then you've got a call to action, whether it's like shop now, buy now, whatever your call to action you can put here. And then there's a very, very short 15-character headline that you can put in here. So maybe it's like launch special or whatever that thing is, but it's got to be super short to be able to fit in here. So you're basically uploading the link, and then you're filling out the URL, display URL, call to action, then the headline is the next thing. And then this is what's really cool, right? I kind of mentioned the audiences thing. So one thing that's amazing, and I definitely suggest that you go out and do this immediately, which is to get a Google tracking link on your Shopify page. Again, you can also include these in your Typeform links as well. So anybody that's been to your landing page. And what we really want to do, especially when we're using this for launches, is actually retargeting customers that have bought previous products. Again, one of the benefits of targeting a customer archetype at the start, then walking through a product journey and a bunch of other discovery mechanisms to uncover additional product ideas. Likely if they bought one product from you, they're going to be interested in the second, third, fourth, fifth. So we always want to be retargeting them, especially with YouTube videos, if you've got video assets, when you're launching new products. It's just a fantastic way to spike additional volume. They might have bought from you 6 months ago when you launched your first product or second product or whatever it was, and they haven't thought about you since, even though they loved their golf bag or whatever they bought from you. But then they're going to remember you when you come back. You're like, oh shit, like, yeah, I bought this bag that was really good. Why don't I get this golf push cart that has badass tires? Playing on that, I think, can really help drive warm traffic that know your brand. And again, they're going to be more likely to purchase. All those signals are going to be great from Amazon's perspective when that happens. So how you basically do this, you can basically click on this website visitors. And again, that's where you're going to need to reference a code snippet that's put on your actual Shopify page. You can also upload here a customer list as well. So if you've got customer lists from other databases that you've got, or landing pages, inserts, whatever the case is, you can also upload those customer lists for retargeting. So I definitely would want to retarget website visitors and customer lists if you've got them. It's an incredibly powerful way to show content for new launches to customers that have already bought from you. So that's YouTube ads. And again, I realized that the hurdle is going to be creating the actual video asset and the video ad. And we'll do some additional videos and bring on some experts throughout this course so we can get a better understanding of how to actually create these. But I'm telling you, it's these little incremental things that are a little bit difficult for most people to do that can be a powerful tool in your arsenal to be an effective Amazon seller, and even bigger than Amazon, to be an effective brand and business builder. So that's YouTube ads.